Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Well, they're really taking it on the chin back east. Saw some footage where the waves just came in and just wiped out people's houses, and it just left them, now covered in ice. I mean, I hope those people are okay. I hope they prepared. Are you prepared? It's tough. There's so many things can happen, but they were warned. But a lot of people still don't prepare. Just here in southwestern Oregon, I guess near the border of California, there were some earthquakes today. And I think they were only in the magnitude 5, but just that they could, be saying, hey, that big one's long overdue according to geologic time. About every 300 years we get hit with one, and we're about 30 years overdue. So, but a lot of people, I guess, they're not worried about it. They're not concerned. A lot of interesting talk going on in the prepper world. I posted that one question about Walmart. Somebody said just because the power goes out doesn't mean that the rule of law has been suspended. But what's interesting I find in these responses is some people go, oh yeah, I'll take it. Some people go, I'll take it, but I'll leave the money at the register or something. And then other people say, oh no, under no conditions will I take it. And first thing I'm going to do is just get me and my family out of that store, because it's going to be chaos. I mean, and that's the thing about prepping. You have to figure out what's right for you. You can't let somebody else tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I mean, there's certain things, that really aren't up for debate, like if you don't have water, you're going to die after about 3 days. You're going to be in bad shape. So things like that aren't up for debate, but it's more these moral, I guess, ethical, code of conduct type of issues. Things like, if you feel the ground shake and you're down by the beach and you're running for your life, but you see a old person or a young person that, obviously they need assistance, are you just going to leave them there and save your own hide? Or are you going to maybe risk your life to save another? Questions like that. Or, if you have no trespassing signs, like me, and it's, the big one hit or something bad hit, and somebody comes wandering, you're going to shoot on sight? If they're begging for help, medical help, or food, are you going to use your supplies to help them? Are you going to shoot them? Going to turn them away? Take them in? I mean, these are all personal choices. Hard questions, too. And some people will, pound their chest and saying, well, you have to do this or you have to do that. That's the right thing to do. But yeah, it's right for them, but just because it's right for them doesn't make it right for you. A lot of people forget that. And, that's what causes wars and skirmishes, is when somebody, once again, tries to impose their will upon another group. If the government comes rolling up here and they want my supplies, well, am I going to fight them? I guess they'll have to come up here and find out. I mean, there's lots of things you can do. If they're rounding up people for FEMA camps, you're going to get on the bus. And it's interesting how, one day somebody can be your friend and the next day they can be your oppressor. You can be sitting around sharing a beer or a meal, playing a game or something, and everything's okay, but then all of a sudden now they put on a badge and strap on their gun, and now they're going to tell you what you have to do. And the thing is, if you've got your own gun, now it's a standoff. But then if they've got, 20 people backing them up and it's just you alone, well, now it's going to be a slaughter. Unless, of course, you do something to even the odds. But this whole thing in prepping, it's really an individual choice. You know, it's an individual choice whether or not to prep, and how to prep, what to prep for, why you're prepping. So, don't let anybody tell you that you have to do it a certain way. You know, like I said, there's some things that if you don't do it a certain way, you could kill yourself. Like if you don't properly can your meat, your vegetables, you could wind up dying from that. You know, if you don't properly stitch up a wound or treat a wound, make sure you don't get it infected, you could die from that. But I'm talking more of the real personal choice opinion issues, because there's a difference between a fact and opinion. So I hope this helps, especially the new preppers. I know people have been doing this for months or years. You guys all know that if you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail.